All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard. Thanks for coming tonight on Wednesday evening, as we usually do. It's State of the Atmosphere. Me and sometimes some friends. Looks like they're all busy tonight, but I'm not surprised because I'm going to talk about Oscars tonight, something I enjoy. If I had Chris Gore on my list, he might be here, but I'm not in with that guy. But anyway, tonight's topics I'm going to start with, and we can go anywhere you want. You know how it is. It's 2 hours of just talking about the things I love and whatever the chop wants to get into. We're going to talk about the Oscar nominations and who's up for them, and are the Oscars even relevant anymore? We're also going to talk about the upcoming slate of February movies. There's a few coming out that you might want to know about. I'm going to start doing this at the end of the month, I think. Let you guys know what's coming in the theaters in the next month. And if we have time tonight, we're going to get into the classified documents for everyone. Apparently, every government official is keeping some classified documents at their AO for some reason. All that and more this evening on State of the Atmosphere. All right, boys and girls, welcome aboard for State of the Atmosphere for Wednesday, the 25th of January. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and right at the last second, I thought I was going to be flying solo tonight, which I'm always prepared to do, but it's always nicer with friends, and we have the best backup quarterback in the business, as we all know. Matt from Small Time Republic joins us tonight, and somebody else might be joining us here in a minute because I forgot to send Knock thing, and he's in the chat, so I'm gonna be sending him one real quick. How are you doing, man? You doing all right,
good.
man?
How about? Yep, doing good. How about you?
I am doing fantastic, buddy. I'm it's been a slow news week, except for, I mean, a lot of the major stories were late last week, so you know uh didn't really get into them. I mean, I think enough people have talked about Alec Baldwin being a schmuck.
Right.
What was going on in Atlanta, all that good stuff. I'm more interested in the pop culture side of things and movies and stuff like that. My biggest passion, next to a couple of different sports, is movies. So, the Academy Award nods came out this week, and that's why I put that all over the thumbnail this week. Let me get knocked this thing real quick. What have you been up to this week, man? Everything going good?
Yeah, everything's been going good. Just being a working stiff. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I know exactly how that goes, brother. I like my work situation right now because I have something that not a lot of people have where I work. It's a chauffeur's license, and taking care of clients that need to go around every once in a while. It's the kind of deal where if you've got something like that, then you're doing pretty good. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Let me get this. I've got to get this to knock. Where do I have it? I think, yeah, I can get it out of the, let's see, messages. Yeah, I can get it out of that. For some reason, my shortcut isn't working on my regular website that I use. So let's see if I can get it working right.
Gotcha. I like that shirt, by the way.
Well, thank you. It's an old school Star Wars one. That's just one of the original ones. That's the lettering. You don't see that on the rest of them. It's just the first Star Wars. Most of them have that chapter thing on it and everything.
Right.
When that movie
more
first
rounded.
came out, when it first came out, it wasn't a chapter thing. It was, he didn't know if he was going to make another one when he made that one. You know what I mean? He didn't know how it was going to go over. He was hoping, but he wasn't quite sure. Hang on a second. Let me get this to knock. I finally found a way to get into my thing. Now I got to find him. I get too many damn texts. Okay, here we go. There you go, Knoxter. If you're watching, I just texted you the link, man. So you should be able to get it. No problem. Okay, so let's get started tonight with the first thing I wanted to talk about. Unless you've got a burning desire, my friend, like we say in meetings. Do you have a burning desire you want to talk about tonight?
There's nothing in particular that I'm on fire about, aside from the things that you've brought up. But yeah, one other thing as far as Star Wars goes, Lucas may have had at least 3 scripts in mind when the first one shot, but he shot it in a way that would be self-contained if he never had a sequel.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'll just there was no guarantee of a second movie.
He actually already had 9 chapters laid out. I wish I had the book I read that in when I was a kid. Right. I mean, I'm telling you, when this movie's come out, I was 12 years old, and I gobbled up everything I could get my hands on that my parents had let me buy, And I mean, dude, if I still had my toy, if I had a Millennium Falcon, man, I blew it up with M80s. I didn't know those things were going to be worth money,
Right.
But there was a book that I read. I was one of those geeks that got the blueprints to the Millennium Falcon, the blueprints to the Starship Enterprise, all that crap, And hang on, let's bring in another geek. I know he's a Star Wars geek. We're starting off with Star Wars already, man. You didn't even come in here. We're talking about Star Wars. But I was one of those geeks that had all those blueprints and stuff. And, I bought a few of the books too. I didn't read many novels. I mean, I read Splendor of the Mind's Eye, which was the first book that ever came out, outside the movies. And there was something, I can't remember if it was a Behind the Star Wars Saga book or something like that, but there was some book that I read that had all 9 synopsis that he had written down. And it was just quick treatments. You know what I mean? It was just like a half a page for each one. It was just a paragraph on each idea for each movie. And when I saw, the prequel trilogy, I knew everything that was going to happen because I read that when I was a book. I remember him writing that their big battle was going to be on some volcanic planet, and that's why Darth Vader got all fucked up, And I remember all that from when I was 12 years old. And so
did the episode 7 synopsis say Kylo Ren throws a hissy fit?
Negative.
Okay.
Negative. It did not. None of those
it's
characters.
ass whooped by newbie.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He got noob tubed.
It was actually there was some kind of, and I think my stepson has told me that in the extended universe this race exists. They're cut off from the Force, and they became a big problem for the Republic when they were trying to build things back up after the Empire was gone.
Yeah, the Yuzong Vaughn. Yeah.
Is that, I don't even know what they were called in his synopsis, but I seem to remember that's what the third trilogy was going to be about, was them trying to rebuild the Republic with this new threat from outside their known galaxy or something like that.
Right.
Which
is a great idea because it kind of nullifies Luke being overpowered.
Right. All these Jedi knowing what's coming and all this stuff. Well, they can't see these guys. They're not tapped into the Force. And that's what I thought was funny in Last Jedi when she said you've cut yourself off from the Force when she was talking to Luke, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's possible because I've read something like that before. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, Knock, how are you doing this evening, man? Sorry, I didn't get you I tried to get it to everybody. I got, matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, let me send it out to, I've already got it copied. So all I have to do is go to WhatsApp. I got to send it to Jimmy too. You're the only two that you've got a Twitter. Do you even pay attention to it, Ron?
Just for NFL stuff. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I'll add you to
it when during the Damar Hamlin thing. That's about it.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, on Thursdays from now on, I'm going to add you to the thread. I know you have a Twitter because I've put it on stuff before. I'm going to add you to the thread for this, the same one that Matt gets it off of. Yeah. And just check it the day of. That way I don't have to worry
I kind of got some big news in the mail.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
From the Department of Education.
Uh-oh. Look out.
We have discharged 100% of the loans listed below.
Uh-oh.
Which is about $30,000 worth of loans. This was from this has nothing to do with the stuff going on with, Biden or whatever.
Yeah.
This has to do with the predatory practices of the school I went to.
Oh,
ITT Tech. When
okay.
I went back in 2014, 15.
Were they investigated or something?
They were, and they were found to be predatory. And so all the loans that I had that I was going to have to pay have now been discharged. So...
Dude, you're rich.
So it's.
Think about it. My daughter's still paying off loans, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's a big deal. That is a big deal.
And that was about half because they got 50% from the GI Bill, so it could have been more.
Yeah,
it could have been a lot more. So, I finally got it in writing, and in the coming months, it'll get taken off my report and all that good stuff. So.
Well, that's fantastic, man.
But I wasn't paying it while I was working at Walmart. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. I mean, things are better now for you, and they're going to do nothing but go up for you. I'm so proud of you, man.
So that as I was joining the party, I opened up that piece of mail. Now, I had gotten an email like 2 months ago about it, but until you really see something, until of course I see those numbers gone,
right?
I'm still not. It's going to be hard to believe, but
right.
This is definitely another piece of information that saying it's going to happen. So
well, that's fantastic, dude.
Man,
I'm happy for you, man.
That'd be freaking awesome.
Especially when you're lighting out on your own. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. Because that payment could be a big chunk of your income. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. That's fantastic, man. Everything just coming up roses for him. I love it.
Yeah. It's working, man. It's working.
Very good. What's
up,
you
mentioned Damar Hamlin. Tune in Sunday where we find out if the real Damar Hamlin was at the game or not.
Dude, I'm going to talk about that one tomorrow night. That's my final word. My final word tomorrow night is on journalism. Okay?
I got you.
I read this fucking headline today, had his picture up there and everything. Did he die of COVID on the field? And is this a body double? What the?
It's just because we couldn't see his face during the snow or something like that. Why would
you put out that's just, that is clickbait. And this is from journalists that are supposed to be getting you the news. That's clickbait.
These aren't real. These aren't real journalists. These are.
I'm telling you, it was on. I saw it. I've got it sent to my thread that I do on. Well, let me find it real quick.
I am talking down to them. I'm saying they're not journalists.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I understand.
You're saying
I don't doubt it's a real story. I just say I don't believe they're. Who was writing this bullshit deserve to call themselves a journalist.
Right. Did anybody notice it was snowing and fucking cold out in Buffalo? He might have had a reason to be covered up like that. Shit.
They asked Josh Allen about it, and he thought it was just crazy that they would even ask him.
No, for all we know, he might have been, still having oxygen going on.
Right?
And
he could have been covering up a bunch of shit that was helping him breathe or something.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know his full condition, but he could have been covering it up.
There's people that walk around with, I know my aunt has a mobile oxygen unit that she can walk around with a nose clip and everything, Yeah.
And these guys can have like the latest and greatest. So he probably had like a backpack. If this was something that was, happening, he'd have something very, very compact that he could use and to go to the game.
Exactly. Oh, there's plenty of guys that have that. Yeah, I know a couple of people with COPD that carry around stuff like that for oxygen. It's I read that. And trust me, I'm gonna be talking
and his mom and his brother just going to be there just for funsies, just to
right?
play it
Yeah,
off?
yeah. No, they paid him a bunch of money to put up a front. Yeah, it's not really DeMar, so they're going to show up anyway.
Remember, little Joey, make sure you say, "Hey, big bro," a couple times.
Right,
Throw it in
even
there.
though this
Throw it
isn't
in
even
there.
your brother. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, that was not his actual mother and brother. It was robots that were designed to look like them. So
droids, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, what the hell?
They start with the droids or
we
something.
got protocol droids, and now we got clone droids, right? What the fuck, man? Unbelievable. But anyway, well, I'm glad to hear that, Knock. That's fantastic news for you. I'm glad to hear both of you are doing well. Let's pop open what we got first off here. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the Academy Awards, man. And this is the 95th version of the awards. Now, guys, I think I know Knock knows this about me, but Matt, you may not know. I always wanted to be an actor when I was a kid, and I watched this show religiously. At least I did up until, I don't know, about 10 years ago. Now I just tune in. Me and Rondo watch whatever's going on Sunday night. Like right now, Last of Us is the thing we're watching right now on Sunday nights. Now that it's started, and whenever it gets over around 9 o'clock or so, we go ahead and turn on the awards and see what's going on with them. And the reason why I do that now is what you guys know very well. It every year it's more and more political. It's more and I've said it several times, and I know I sound like the old man, get the fuck off my lawn guy and everything, but it's true. They used to celebrate movies at this thing, and if you talked about political stuff, you got booed off the damn stage by the actual actors and stuff that wanted to talk about movies. But they don't do that anymore. It's almost like you have to be talking about it. It's the norm to do it now.
Yeah,
I guess you will, if you will. And I just I'm not into it.
There was a time where if you started talking too much about saving the whales or the rainforest or whatever, if you prattled on too long, they would play off.
And it wasn't just the music, to run you
crowd
off.
Too. Yeah,
it was the crowd would turn on you,
Yeah.
And so it really has changed quite a bit in Hollywood. And of course, they've got no one to blame but themselves with this. And there's no other way to say it. It's an agenda. The Academy adopted rules. I want to say it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's now codified.
Diversity
it's not
rules?
just
it's on paper
books.
now that you have to have so many different races and so many different genders, and if you don't, you're not even going to get nominated. And it's
Correct.
and not just with the cast, it's with the crew and everything else. It's unbelievable. I'm just like, okay, so if you're an individual creator now, you're not going to be able to get nominated for anything like that anymore, because you're not going to have 50 different races working for you or genders or whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. If you're independent and you're just trying to make things on a shoestring budget, you might not have the budget to meet the quotas. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's a shame, but I have always loved the medium, and I will continue to support stuff that I'm into, and this is going to freak you guys out. Guess what got nominated for Best Picture?
Oh, I saw.
Guess. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick is in the Best Picture category. It's right there. It is right there in the Best Picture thing. Can you believe this shit?
Yep.
Hang on.
I think I got to say that. So I finally set up my entire stereo setup, and but I can't test it out too much with the folks above me. So, but they said, when they go out one time and they're out for a couple hours, they'll let me know so I can test that shit. Like, that was their words. And so I think I'm gonna save a movie for just that. And I'm thinking it might be Top Gun.
You need to, dude. That movie.
That'll be surround. I have the surround sound set up.
It's a shame you didn't see it in the theater, dude. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't re-release it before the awards.
I was just never a big Top Gun Top Gun person. I'd
Oh, I
seen
know.
bits and pieces over the last 30 years of my life, but I never
Yeah.
really watched it all the way through. But
So,
everyone knew everything
so,
about it. If you know
so when
film.
did you move here from Russia?
Right? Oh my
Bang.
God. Yeah, you damn communist. No, I tell you, if you enjoy stuff, one thing, people they knock Michael Bay all the time for his films and stuff like that. But that guy,
Speaking of
you
robots,
can't tell me he doesn't love the military. He always takes his shots to make sure that they're, highlighted in films. I mean, just look at the Transformers series, man. That part where that scorpion thing in the first one's attacking them in where are they at? In Kuwait, I think they're at. I'm not sure where they're at. Uh but
Battleships was another one, right? It was a
yeah,
battleship.
Battleship. Yeah. I mean, he makes crazy ass movies. We know that, but he always tries to do like I was trying to say, that scorpion scene. They showed the AWAC plane. They showed that one plane with the big Vulcan shooting down on it and everything. Whenever he said "bring the rain," I was like, "Yeah, I know exactly what they're fixing to unleash on this sucker, man."
If Michael Bay did Avatar, the humans would have won.
Right? Yeah, they'd have been like that. They'd have been cutting
Exactly.
blue people in half.
The
Right?
humans would have been the good guys.
Right. But and I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you haven't watched it, it's a good movie. 13 hours. He actually made the story of Benghazi, the guys that went and got the people that survived. Yeah, and that's Michael Bay. He made that
that's
movie.
not a typical Michael Bay
No, it's not.
topic.
Yeah. He doesn't really get serious, He's more known for Armageddon, Transformers, stuff like that. But Bad Boys, that's another one of his, isn't it? The Rock. I mean, he's got all kinds of crazy ass movies, but that one right there was really good. If you've never seen 13 Hours, that is a good flick. It really is. I highly recommend that one. I mean, that entire incident is the whole reason why I wouldn't even have thought of voting for Hillary Clinton.
You said this was a nomination for Best Picture?
Yes. Top Gun. Yes, absolutely.
So have they picked the winners already? I don't.
No. The nominations were put out. It's a big deal in movie circles, man. I was watching it live Tuesday morning before I went to work. They announce it at 7:30 in the morning Central, 8:30 your time.
Weird, but okay.
Yeah, I know. It's a strange time
on the West Coast. And I don't know if that's just for like the news cycle purposes or what.
I really don't know. But it's a half an hour into Good Morning America. That's where I always see it at when it's coming out. But they do it live and they announce it, and I watched it. And actually I didn't watch it live. I was in the middle of finishing a commission for somebody, and I watched Chris Gore and his crew at Film Threat doing the reaction to it. What is this guy doing? Why aren't you doing your homework?
I got far enough in it that I felt I could take a good break, and so here I am.
Okay, well, if you feel like you need to get back to it, don't stick around here with us hose heads, bro. He's back in school. I was going to tell you that, Knock, a minute ago when you were talking about your loans. He's back in school. What are you going for now?
Network management, master in network management.
Okay. All right. Very cool. But Knock, they announce them at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday mornings. Like I said, Tuesday morning, it's always at late January when they do it. And the awards aren't until, I think they're April, aren't they? Or the end of March?
It's March 12th, I believe.
Oh, it's the beginning of March. Okay. All right. I knew it was at least a month or two.
Why is it so far away?
Because this is when the campaigns start, dude. These things are all political, man. They have always been. And that's one thing that I kind of hate. You're going to see in the big movie stuff like Variety and stuff like that. You're going to see campaigns for these movies put out by their PR people trying to get awards for them. Not all of them can win Best Picture, and they know that, but they're going to try and get as many awards as they can. It means dollars for these guys, man. An Academy Award, I mean, it's the pinnacle of the business, and in their eyes. Now, I do understand that it's not the pinnacle now now that the curtain's been pulled back, just like in every mode of life now, when it comes to the movie business, thanks to the internet and the eye in the sky and everything, everybody knows about the movie business now, and they know how the sausage is made now, so the luster's off of it, right? But it's still in that town, an Oscar goes a long way to you getting money, how much you get paid when you're negotiating contracts, all that stuff. These guys are trying to, that's the pinnacle. That's what they're shooting for. It's like every team's trying to get the Super Bowl every year, right, Knock? That's what they're trying to do.
The process has definitely been demystified.
Yes, absolutely.
To an extent based on what it used to be. But you're talking about Michael Bay. One thing that came to mind in relation to him in the Oscars is apparently he has a very nice home theater that has a fairly large screen, multiple comfortable seats in it, comfortable recliners. And I don't know if he still does it, but at one point he would show movies that are up for nomination at his house, and different celebrities would come by just on a recurring basis and just plop down and watch movies at his theater. Apparently had an open invitation to certain people, so you could show up and there would be no telling who happened to be there when you would come by to watch movies. That's cool.
That is cool, and trust me, I'm already working on mine. I love to entertain, and none of you guys have been to my house or anything. I don't have a big house. It's the house I grew up in, but I've been steadily working on it. We closed in the carport. I had one of those drive-through carports. The roof is actually built over this thing. It was a garage kind of thing with a chain link fence, hurricane fence gateway that you could drive a car in and park it, right? You could drive all the way into the backyard, right? Well, we closed that up around the turn of the century to make another room in the house. And we put French doors in the back of it, going to the backyard, right? And it gave another access to the front of the house with a door. And we actually put in a cement ramp for my, I have a nephew that's paralyzed from the waist down, so he could come in the house, when he came to visit in the summertime, because we watched him half the time. So, we slowly but surely build things. And the new thing we have, as soon as Mardi Gras season's over, Matt will tell you guys, my wife's part of a crew, so I am tied up the rest of the fucking next month with Mardi Gras stuff. And as soon as that's done, the next project is we got a pergola in, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a permanent tent type thing. It's not a tent. It's more like a tin shack kind of thing with no walls.
Yeah, I've got
and
one.
It also has drapes that you can drop down for mosquito nets and stuff like that. It's pretty nice size one. It's 12 by 12, and it's going right out our back door. And I'm gonna either build or buy one of those movie screens. And we've already got the projector. We've already got an HG projector for it. We're gonna show movies in the backyard.
Cool.
So,
that'll be cool.
If I get rich off this comic book, which I just want to get it done. But if I'm successful with it, man, I'm gonna do some more additions to this house, and I'm gonna have me one of them theaters, man, because there's nothing I like more than going to a theater and getting away from the world for a while and watching a movie on a big screen, with the sound and everything. There's nothing I love more. But
so, by the way, you mentioned Mardi Gras. Over this way, we've already had a parade. So,
we're already having parades here too. Yeah.
So Saturday, there's an island we have that's basically it's on the Gulf Coast. It's called Dolphin Island, and they had a parade Saturday. So that is the traditional kickoff of the season.
Yeah. Well, actually, 12th night is the beginning, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about in your area. That's how it starts. Yeah, we got let's see, Martin Luther King Day, that Monday. That's when Crew of Harambe starts off the season in our town. Crew of Harambe is the African American crew, and they do downtown Shreveport. That's when it starts right there. Most of them are smaller parades, but the two majors are at the beginning of, I want to say one of them's at the end of January. It might be next weekend. Not sure. But there's two major ones where we draw 500,000 people up here in Shreveport-Bossier. And that's Centaur and Gemini. Centaur rolls first, and then Gemini is the next. They're on back-to-back Saturdays. And they do it in Shreveport. They used to go between both towns across the Shreveport Barksdale Bridge. They used to go between both of them. But Bossier, I think one year there was a guy that I think he got run over by a fire truck, something like that. That was in the parade.
Yeah.
You know, on the Bossier side. The Bossier side said, nope, we ain't having it no more. Of course,
Right.
you know, they've got the base, so they're not going to let. I mean, I've seen entire nightclubs get shut down because somebody got stabbed at a nightclub that was an airman from the base. You know what I'm saying? Once you get on that list and they won't let the airman go there, you're dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all we're going to be doing for the next couple of months. But once we're done, I'm going to build that theater, and I'm hoping to watch some of this stuff on it. We've got. I'll go ahead and lay out the best pictures for you guys. You've got. Let me blow this up a little bit for the people that are watching. You've got All Quiet on the Western Front. It's been nominated. This is the new one that Netflix put out. That's in. I think it's actually in German, isn't it? This movie here.
I think there's a dub version too.
Is there a dub version? Okay. And then you've got, of course, Avatar: The Way of Water is up. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once has a lot of nominations this year. And I still haven't seen that. I want to see it.
That might be the favorite.
Which one?
Everything. I have heard of that one being a favorite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see, Elvis. Of course, you know, I don't think that'd get Best Picture. You know, but we'll discuss this when we get to the actor portion, because you know, I've been saying all year that this guy. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. What is that guy's name?
Is it Austin?
Austin Butler. That's
Austin
his name.
Butler. Yeah.
Okay. He needs to win best actor, but once again, these things are political. I got
it's going to go to
Brendan Fraser for The Whale. Yeah, I think that's who's going to win it. But
well, they gave him the Golden Globe, so
they gave him the Golden Globe, and they gave both of them a Golden Globe in 2 different categories.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing. And trust me, they saw Brendan Fraser's acceptance speech. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll look it up here in a minute. He got pretty emotional. He really did. But anyway, The Fabelmans, which I hear this is Spielberg jerking himself off. That's what I hear. Every time I've heard somebody talk about this movie, that's what I hear. You know, that it's about him, you know. So
right.
We'll see what happens with that. I think it got a Golden Globe. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know it did, because Spielberg got it, was up there accepting it.
It won for Best Picture.
Yeah, it did. The Banshees of Inisherin, which I've heard a lot of great things about. And who was it? I think it was Danny was on here last week saying that, or a couple of weeks ago, saying that movie sucked. But everybody I've talked to so far said it was pretty good. So, I mean, that's one of those, you know, subjective things. You know.
Yeah.
He may have.
But it's not uncommon for us to watch one of these movies and think they're not very good.
Right.
And they be one of the ones that's nominated.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and highly touted, right?
Right. Yeah.
I think we're getting to that end of the spectrum right here after Top Gun. You've got Top Gun, and then you've got one called Triangle of Sadness. I don't know what that is.
I never heard of that one.
We'll look at the that's Woody Harrelson, it looks like. Let's see. A fashion model celebrity couple join an eventful cruise for the super rich. That's the synopsis for this thing? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yikes.
Nothing I like more than watching rich people. Yeah.
Right? What the hell? And it's a bunch of people I don't even know.
It's rich white people too.
Yeah, it's rich white people.
It's
playing
rich white
themselves.
people in a rich white people movie.
Just
okay.
How do you want us to act this part? What would you do? I want you to do that. Great director. Our director was amazing. He gave us great stuff to follow.
He let us do whatever the fuck we wanted.
I felt like I was really in tune with the character.
It's because it was you, dickhead. Let's see. Tar. I've heard of this one, but I don't know what it's about.
Let's see. Now I've seen a scene from it. she's basically, there's a scene where she comes out and she's all based. It's this great speech. I forgot even what it was about, but it was definitely not Hollywood standard.
Okay.
Speak.
The synopsis here says, set in the international world of Western classical music, the film centers around Lydia Tarr, widely considered one of the greatest living composer-conductors and the very first female director of a major German orchestra. Wow. Now that could be good.
Yeah, but she was it was a speech she was given into a class, and she had like students walking out because she was speaking against the wokeness.
Well, wow, she's based, huh? Now you're selling me on it. I might have to check that out.
It's on my list. I want to watch it. I just haven't, gotten around to it yet.
Well, that's one we'll have to check out. That's one of the reasons why I always want to, cover stuff like this. I write about it a lot and stuff, to different people, but just to expose people to different films, man. Because I'm not just stuck on, Star Wars and superhero movies and stuff. I watch them all. I have favorite films in just about every genre there is. Let's see. Women Talking. I don't know about this one. This seems like one of those art films. I don't really know what this one's about.
Well, I just learned that Orion still exists.
Orion?
As far as
the film company?
Yeah.
Did you see that on this trailer when it started?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what this is about. It says, do nothing, stay and fight, or leave. In 2010, the women of an isolated religious community grapple with reconciling a brutal reality with their faith. Oh boy. In 2010? I wonder if this takes place in an Amish community or something.
That's the way they're dressed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds like it's got some Witness vibes to it there, But that's the Best Picture nominees. Now, first of all, how many of these movies have you guys seen?
None of them. Literally none of them.
Literally none of them. I figured Knox might be
All
saying
Quiet on the Western Front. that screams like just too warm.
Well, it's
touchy-feely.
It's actually the second version of it. There's
third.
Is it the third? Wow.
There's like an original 20s or 30s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that had John Boy from the Waltons.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember that. And then there's
this one.
Mm-hmm.
The original one was good. The one that was back in, I think, early 30s maybe.
Yeah.
Was good.
The subject matter is World War I, Knock, and trench warfare. I mean, I don't ever want to. I still haven't seen that one that came out. What was it? A couple of years ago. What was it called? 1912? Was that the name?
Yeah,
of it?
awful.
1918.
Was it awful?
1917.
Okay.
1917.
I never went back and watched it. They've gotten these war movies now where they're so touchy feely. I just didn't. It's just mostly just men crying.
I don't know. I like. It was 1917 was brutal.
Yeah,
places.
I feel like they're too in touch with their emotions on a battlefield. I don't know.
I did.
Maybe that's realistic. I don't know, but I don't know. I want more Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan is one of the best ever. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy 1917. The only issue I had with it is, in like the last 10 minutes of the movie, my phone starts blowing up, and I'm like, why are people texting me? I look at my phone, which I shouldn't have done, and it said Kobe Bryant has died.
Oh my God!
I found out he died as I'm trying to watch like the climax of this movie. I'm like, well, now I'm distracted. So
now I can't get invested, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Penny, it's good to see you, darling. Good to see you.
Hey, Penny.
Yeah, that's Danny's mother. But it's classic material, Knock. But me personally, I'm not really into World War I because of how brutal that fucking war was. I mean, it was just death upon death upon death upon death. And they came up with more new and creative ways to kill people. It's like that war right there, the technology was way ahead of the people fighting it. Half of them were on horses still and being mowed down by friggin' Gatling guns and shit. It was ridiculous, that it was just,
or hit with chemical weapons.
Yeah,
mustard
that
gas.
dude, I used to guard that shit when I was in the military on an island in the middle of the fucking ocean. I wouldn't wish that shit on anybody. It's just, oh God, a horrible way to die, man. Have you ever seen that movie, Legends of the Fall?
Yeah,
ever seen that one?
Where
the youngest son gets killed in a gas attack and gets shot up, and I'm like,
he gets caught in the barbed wire.
That tells you all you need to know about World War One, dude. Nobody should have been fighting in that war, and millions of people died in that war. It's fucking ridiculous.
They had silly looking tanks.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. It's. But I dig the scene in Wonder Woman where she crosses no man's land. I think that's fucking awesome. I thought that was great. But yeah, there's a reason why they called it no man's land. If you picked your head up, you're going to get dusted. It was just easy to see.
Tanks, who would send tanks to Europe to provoke a war? Wait a minute, never mind.
I'm sorry. Yeah, don't worry. That's on the list. I sent that to the thread today when I saw it. How many is he sending? Like 30 of them, something like that?
I can't remember what the number was. It's going to take months. Yeah. Oh,
good Lord. Anyway. So we got Avatar: Way of Water, which I still haven't seen, and
seen that.
I may go see it now that it's probably at one. Well, see, here's the problem: they don't have the dollar theaters anymore. You remember they used to have extended runs for these movies, and they'd go to the smaller theaters where you could pay, a cheaper price to go see something. That's when I'd go see this thing. But
if you've got an AMC nearby, you can go on Tuesday, and it's $5.
Yeah. True. Would you say, Knock, you're going to wait until Disney Plus? Yeah. Elvis, I did go see in the theater. Enjoyed it thoroughly, but
haven't seen that.
And it's not. It did a good job of showing you what Elvis's life was like, and he was an addict. There's no other way to say it. He was, and he was made one by Colonel Parker. That's the one thing I liked about it. They showed Colonel Parker for what he was. If you want to see how Tom Hanks does as the villain, I think he was nominated for a Razzie for it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he was. In fact, I think he may have even got a second nomination for Geppetto when he
really
for Pinocchio. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was bad. I made the mistake of watching. That's why I haven't watched Guillermo del Toro's. I'm all Pinocchio'd out for at least a year.
I got so many creepy vibes off of the fucking Tom Hanks one. I really did. I was like, oh God. But Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'm definitely watching that one before the awards come out, because I've been wanting to see it. My daughter saw it and she told me that she loved it. She said it was great, and a couple of people have been nominated from it. We'll get into that in just a second, but yeah, there's a couple of them I've got to see. I try and watch all of them. This one, Triangle of Sadness, is going to be tough for me to watch. This one, Women Talking, that's going to be a tough one for me to watch. They'll be the last ones on my list, these two right here. I'm intrigued by this Tar one after reading about it and hearing what you had to say about it, John. I'm really interested in that one. That looks pretty cool. Fableman's, this guy's got enough awards. I don't care about him, really. I mean, I love Spielberg, but my gosh, let somebody else have some limelight.
He's had his day, right? I would like to know Ryan Kendall's opinion of Women Talking.
Oh, he's not going to give you an opinion. Not one that you can say on a PG show, anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen Avatar 2. I've seen Top Gun 2. I thought both of those were really good. Mm-hmm. I like Top Gun better. Avatar was a little too formulaic, but I understand he was trying to appeal to all audiences, and he's made $2 billion
what he did with the first one. That's why I wasn't interested in seeing the second one. Sounds like he made a perfect sequel for the other one. I mean,
I haven't seen Elvis, but I've seen other Baz Luhrmann movies, so I think I got a pretty idea of what direction he would go as far as kind of mixing in modern music with music of the time. I liked Moulin Rouge, so I guess I'd probably like Elvis, but
he's making his version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because first it was the Na'vi in the air. Mm-hmm. Now we have the water Na'vi. And next one's going to be the fire Na'vi.
Really?
And I guess the last one's going to be the Earth Navy.
And all the while, humans are going to be trying to take the planet so they can go there and not breathe. I don't get it, man.
There's a mineral that they want. They call it unobtainium.
Unobtainium, yeah, that was in the first one. Yeah, but didn't I hear that in this one the Earth's going to be uninhabitable soon, and they're thinking about going to Pandora or something? I don't
know what direction he's going. I'm still banking on Avatar 5 Invasion of the Xenomorphs.
The Xenomorphs, yes!
That's still my dream. I don't know if it'll happen, but
that would be awesome if aliens infected that place. That would be badass.
They will the main characters will have learned all 4 elemental powers by then and be able to fight off the Xenomorphs.
That's true. And then all of a sudden the Terminators would drop in. Yeah.
Right.
He's just gonna mix. He's gonna mix all of his movies all in one.
Yeah.
Yes, right there. Avatar 57, Terminator's Attack. Yes, awesome. Okay,
and
so
the hugest crossover ever. Vin Diesel comes out in his Charger.
Right.
Well, Avatar
Pandora, Too Fast, Too Furious. Yes. Oh my God, that'd be funny. Okay, so here's a little bit of trivia for you, and this is all we're going to cover tonight because I don't want to bore you with all the technical awards. Most of the technical awards are probably going to go to Avatar anyway, but I'll tell you one technical award that got snubbed, and you're not going to believe this, Matt and John. You've seen this movie. Fucking Top Gun Maverick did not get nominated for cinematography.
Yeah,
can you believe that shit?
I'm not surprised. It's
for cinematography though. The pictures in that movie are fucking gorgeous. They're awesome.
Yep. But
I don't understand it. That's a snub. If I've ever seen a snub in the Academy, it's that one. But I really didn't think it was going to get nominated for Best Picture. So
well, see, they throw it into categories where they know it won't win.
Well, this is the deal. Now check this out. There was a guy that was on with Chris Gore that said Top Gun Maverick actually has a better chance than you think of getting Best Picture. And I was like, no way. The people in Hollywood are not based, but apparently they vote on these things like Alaska does their voting. They list them 1 to 10. So if that's the case, Top Gun Maverick's definitely going to be above a bunch of these movies. So if there's some kind of tie or something, it could break ties.
I think one scenario that would have made Top Gun more likely to win Best Picture would have been if halfway through the movie, Jennifer Connelly tells Tom Cruise to quote unquote get out of the way, let me do this. Her hop in the jet, having never flown before, and just takes out the enemy.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it a shoe-in to win.
I hear you. Reaper 709 says he's tabbed and lurking. Have an amazing stream. Thank you, sir, for watching. I appreciate you. Hey, it's pie in the sky. It's not going to win. If it wins, I'll be doing a stream that night as soon as the damn show is over. I will be all over the damn internet. Trust me. But
I'd have to look it up to even know if Tom Cruise has ever been a part of a film that won Best Picture.
He's been nominated.
Yeah. I know he's been nominated for Magnolia.
He got nominated twice, once for Magnolia and once for Born on the 4th of July. He was born. He was. If you've never seen that movie, that is one of his best performances. It really is. He's a Vietnam vet that is one of those love it or leave it guys.
Yeah.
And it's all about the height of the fucking Vietnam War when people were calling him baby killer and shit. He comes back without appendages and stuff, and he's one of the protesters. And yeah, it's a great movie. He's fantastic in it. And Magnolia, that Magnolia is a crazy ass movie. It's all over the place, but he's really good in it. He is fantastic in it as that self-empowerment speaker. That's about the only way I can say what he is.
And he's really kind of like that in real life. So
yes, he is. That's why it wasn't really a stretch for him. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the next category. We're just going to cover the big 5. And this is the trivia question I was going to ask you guys to see if you know the answer to it. There have been 2 movies that swept the top 5, the big 5 awards. Now, what are the big 5? They are best screenplay, whether it be adapted or original. Okay. Directing, acting, actress, and best picture. The 2 leading role acting awards, actor and actress, best picture, director, and screenplay. What 2 movies swept all 5 of those categories? Do you guys know? Take a guess.
Godfather.
No.
Okay. I'm out.
Gone with the Wind.
No. The first one was, let me see, what year was that? I want to say it was 1975. It was produced by Michael Douglas. He got his first Academy Award.
Yeah.
And it was for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He read that book and loved it and decided to make a movie out of it. And Nurse Ratched, Louise Fletcher got Best Actress, and Jack Nicholson got, I think it might have been his first Academy Award. The director, and I can't remember the director's name, but he got Best Director and it got Best Screenplay. The other one was the year my daughter was born, in 1991, when we got to meet Hannibal the Cannibal for the first time. Silence of the Lambs swept the big 5 awards. Yep, sure did. Milos Forman got Best Director. It got Best Picture. Of course, Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins got the acting awards, and it got Best Screenplay. It was adapted screenplay for that.
Yeah.
Both of them were adapted screenplays because they both came from novels. But yeah, so it doesn't happen very often, and it's not going to happen this year. These are the guys that are up for acting in a leading role. You guys know how I feel about this. I think Austin Butler should win this for sure. But I got a feeling, because this guy has made such a comeback over the last few years, that Brendan Fraser is probably going to be the one that wins it. The other 3, I don't think have a chance in hell of winning.
Everybody else is in suits. He's in a t-shirt.
Yep. He's in a t-shirt. Yep. But Colin Farrell, he's good, but I don't think he's going to win it. Paul Mescal for After Sun. I haven't even seen these movies that they're in, and I do want to see The Whale, though. That he does look like he does a really good job in The Whale. And if you don't know what The Whale's about, it's I think he teaches writing on the internet or something like that. A recluse, morbidly obese English teacher attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter. Yeah. He teaches English over the internet where people can't see him, is what he does.
Yeah.
And he's morbidly obese. Yeah. But it looks pretty good. That's what I'm saying. This guy should win it, because if you haven't seen that Elvis film, this guy channels Elvis. He really does. But the odds-on favorite's probably going to be this guy because of the comeback he's made. I mean, I think Doom Patrol was the first thing he'd done in years.
Yeah.
When he got on that show, right? And it's in what is it, 3rd, 4th season now? Something
4th.
Like that? 4th. Yeah. That was the first thing he'd done in forever. And I don't even know, was he addicted to something, or did he just have a mental problem?
I don't know.
It's been kind of a cloak of mystery with him. Yeah. It's like he just dropped out, but he's made a comeback. And let me see if I can find his acceptance speech real quick. Hang on. You guys got to see this. Let's see. Brendan Fraser. Hang on. Let me get this off of here real quick. You guys don't need to see me searching for something. But I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen any of the movies that are up for that one except for Elvis. Like I said, I went to see that in the theater. Let's see. Brendan Fraser acceptance speech. There we go. Acceptance speech. Okay. Let's go to YouTube and search for it. Because I saw it. I saw the tail end of it. I want to say it was on Twitter that I saw it. Might have been on Facebook. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. 9 days ago, Golden Globes. No, this is the People's Choice Awards. That's what it was.
Okay.
The People's Choice Awards that I saw this on. And I'm going to have to re-share this because I didn't share the audio. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's this one right here. We can't skip the ad because you won't let us.
I can't hear it.
Okay. Can't hear it?
No.
I guess I forgot to click the box again. I'm retarded. Hang on. Try it one more time. But he was really emotional when he did this. Click. Let me go ahead and pull this back so I can restart it. Yeah, here we go. All right. Got it clicked. There we go. And you should be able to hear it now.
I was in the wilderness, but you found me. And like all the best directors, you merely just showed me where to go to get to where I needed to be.
Brendan Fraser fights back tears as he accepts the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actor on Sunday. He nabbed the trophy for his highly acclaimed performance in The Well.
Do you ever get the feeling that people are incapable of not caring?
Wow.
People are amazing.
In the role, it's being widely recognized as Brendan's Hollywood comeback.
If you, like a guy like Charlie, who I played in this movie, in any way struggle with obesity, or you just feel like you're in a dark sea, I want you to know that if you too can have the strength to just get to your feet and go to the light, good things will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it, like I said, I think I saw it on Twitter. Very emotional, this guy was. And that I really think he's going to end up winning the Oscar for it. It's a story they like. I don't know if he was an addict, if he had mental problems or what, but he is definitely, as he said, come out of the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? And I personally like the guy. I really do. I just wish Austin Butler would get his due. You know what I mean? He got the Golden Globe, but this was the Critics' Choice Awards he was accepting it for, and he won that award. That's what it was about. Yeah. But those are the actors this year, and like I said, if I had to lay money on it, I'd pick that guy, but I think Austin Butler should get it.
I always think it's interesting how actors, some that they go through cold and hot streaks in terms of when they're highly acclaimed. Brendan Fraser in the '90s, everything he did turned into gold, and then
it did. Yeah, the Mummy franchise, dude.
Yeah. And even before then, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, Encino Man with what's his name, Pauly Shore. He made some great movies. George of the Jungle. I mean, wasn't he in the first Journey to the Center of the Earth or something like that? He's been in a few. His filmography is huge. It really is. But he just dropped off the map suddenly, and I don't know what that was about. But okay,
I always heard it was some director making sexual advances to him or something like that. That's what I'd always heard.
Really?
It just kind of broke him.
Well,
kind of like what happened to Terry Crews.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I looked up why Brendan Fraser quit acting for a while.
All right.
He lost out to like Superman, to Brendan Routh, and he lost a bunch. He started losing a bunch of roles all at once, and then his mom died.
Mm-hmm.
And
sounds like depression. Then
he was depressed from injuries, from doing doing his own stunts in like the Mummy movies.
Yeah. Sounds like the guy was just beat down physically and emotionally because he was, at one time he was in every fucking movie that came out, so.
He says he ultimately disappeared because he bought into the pressure that comes with the hopes and aims that come with a professional life that's being molded and shaped and guided and managed.
Yeah, it's depression. That sounds like a manic depressive to me. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I'd never heard it was anything like drugs or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. He didn't seem like that kind of guy.
Michael Keaton, he's another one that even though he was still working, he kind of disappeared from any kind of acclaim for a while. Mm-hmm. And then Birdman is sort of what
brought him back to limelight. Now everybody wants him. Everybody wants him in something. Yeah, people can't wait for him to play Batman again. We're going to see him as Batman this summer in that Flash movie. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. But okay, the actresses. You got Anna de Armas in Blonde, Andrea Riseborough in To Leslie, Michelle Williams in Fabelmans, Kate Blanchett in Tar, and Michelle Yeoh in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And she's not the only one that's been up for an acting award for that movie either. And we'll get to that here in a second, but I think it's between these two right here. I think it's between Kate Blanchett and Tar, because I have heard some good stuff about that Tar movie, and the fact that she's based may push him towards Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got a feeling they're going to give it to Michelle Yeoh.
And
just
I think
for no other reason, diversity reasons, but I hate to say that because I love Michelle Yeoh, but that's probably going to be their motivation. Go ahead, John. What were you going to say?
Well, I think that the Razzies, that Ana de Armas is nominated for a Razzie for that movie.
Is she?
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
Either she was nominated or
I got to check out the Razzies. I'm going to have to pull up a list of the Razzies for next week and have that ready to go. So we'll have to talk about that. But what were you saying, Matt? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm saying there was at least either she was nominated or it was nominated for the film as a whole. There was definitely, but I think it was her. I think she maybe.
I don't even know what Blonde is about.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, is it? She's playing Marilyn? I haven't seen that yet. I wanted to see that. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure. That's a Netflix movie, isn't it? Or is that a Prime movie? It's on one of the streaming services. I know it wasn't a theater movie. It's one of the streaming services.
It might be Prime.
Yeah. But anyway, that's your actresses. I'm leaning towards Michelle Yeoh. But I haven't seen Tar yet. I want to see that. And I guess I'm going to have to watch this, and see if she's any good as a homegirl.
And sometimes the Academy will fall in love with one movie, so don't be surprised if what is it? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
All at once. Yeah, sweeps a bunch of stuff. It could. This next one, actor in a supporting role, I can tell you right now who's going to win it, and it's going to be that young man from that Indiana Jones movie that's in Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere. Short round, baby.
Data.
How to pronounce this? Ke-Huy Quan? Is that
Ke-Huy Quan? I think it's Ke-Huy Quan.
Yeah, he got up there and got the Golden Globe and was thanking Steven Spielberg for him putting him in that movie when he was a kid and all this other stuff. And I hear he's great in this movie too. I really want to see Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. From what I've heard, it does a multiverse better than Multiverse of Madness did it. From what I understand,
with one exception, but yeah.
What's the one exception?
There's a dimension where everybody has hot dog fingers.
Get out of here!
Wow.
Nope.
That's awesome.
That's something.
Now, that's funny.
One thing I think is interesting is that Judd Hirsch, he's been 65 years old for 30 years. So that's
come on, dude. Let me tell you something. When I first when I was a young kid, I'm telling you, I wanted to be an actor. I did a scene from Ordinary People, and he plays the therapist in it for the kid. And I did a scene on stage of that, and they filmed me doing it, and they sent the cassette out to a bunch of different people. And That's one of my favorite movies. Ordinary People is a fantastic flick. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie, but it's, dude, you want to talk about, okay, we saw Chris Pratt do the Terminal List this year, right? A movie, and Chris Pratt, we all know he's the wise guy. He's some people remember him as the fat guy on Parks and Rec, and he's just a comical guy, and and now he's a beefcake, but he's still got the comedy thing going. If you haven't seen Terminal List, this guy is a stone cold killer in that movie. He does a great acting job. Well, if you want to see somebody break her mold, you have never seen a more ice cold bitch than Mary Tyler Moore as the mother in that show. If you've never seen Ordinary People, she's not out to hurt him by any means. She's one of these people that's in denial. She refuses to acknowledge the fact that he can't get over shit. You know what I mean? Right. She's just very stubborn, and she's ice cold to that kid.
So she's not bubbly. She doesn't.
No, she is not Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah. No, she's not throwing the hat in the air. No, not at all. The scene where she breaks down at the end of it is just, she's fantastic in that movie. I never knew that Mary Tyler Moore had that in her to play that kind of character. And because everybody knows what she was like. Everything she did, she was the bubbly, New York working girl kind of thing. And that movie right there, she is frigid all get out. She's Donald Sutherland's the father, and actually it's like he's not even acting. If you know anything about Donald Sutherland, he's an easygoing guy, and he comes off that way, and he can't stand the way his wife is treating this kid. It's about survivor's guilt. Excuse me. There's a boating accident where the eldest son dies in the boating accident, and the kid has survivor's guilt and has tried to kill himself a few times over it. And that's why he's going to see a therapist. And it's just, it's a upper class family that the whole point of the movie is they look perfect on the outside, and, they're not doing drugs. But they've got fucking problems, and it's called Ordinary People. It's a great movie, but that's the kind of thing, I love seeing that when actors show range, but he was great in that show back then. I don't know who he plays in The Fabelmans. I'll have to watch that movie. There's two from Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Cohen and Brendan Gleeson. I'd love to see him get it, but I got a feeling Short Round's a shoe in for that one. Just do. And you may be nice. Right. Everything Everywhere All at Once may be the one that just steamrolls. Let's see. Brian Tyree Henry and Causeway. I don't know what this one is about. Causeway. Oh, well, it's the girl that invented the Causeway, Jennifer Lawrence. A U.S. soldier suffers a traumatic brain injury while fighting in Afghanistan and struggles to adjust to life back home. Huh. Okay. Huh. That sounds like a good show. Really. That's something I would be into. I like anything that has to do with veterans, for sure. Okay. So, any final thoughts on this category? I think he's a shoe-in, but it could go to either one of these guys that have if they decide to give him an award for being in entertainment for so many years, it could go to Judd Hirsch.
I looked up, he's 87.
Yeah, he's up there. This would be the last chance he has of getting an Academy Award, I got a feeling. But I just got a feeling it's gonna be this guy.
He looks pretty good for 87.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does.
He's looked the same for 30 years, like you said.
Yes, he has. He's looked old forever. When he was on Taxi, he looked like he was old. Oh, man. Okay, so best performance by an actress in a supporting role. Angela Bassett, to me, seems like a shoo-in. And this is another one like Judd Hirsch, but I think she's actually going to get it. It's going to be a lifetime achievement kind of thing. She's been around for a long time and never really been acknowledged.
And she won at the Golden Globes.
Yep, she did. Yep. And you've got this girl from The Whale, Hong Cho. You got Carrie Condon for, Banshees of Inisherin's been nominated for a lot of shit. And who knows? That could be the one that does it, but I don't think so. I think if it's going to be anything, it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once that has a landslide. Jamie Lee Curtis is up for an acting award. I was shocked. For Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw a picture of her from that movie, and I'm like, wow, that does not look like her at all.
Nope.
Hollywood royalty.
Yep. Yeah, I love her. They did Toxic Tuesday did True Lies last night. They were making fun of me for being in love with that chick when I was a kid, man. I loved Halloween. Of course, you guys probably watched all the Halloween shit I did. She's my favorite chick in those horror movies, dude.
Yep.
But
Well,
True Lies is one of my favorite movies
dude.
growing up.
Dude, it's a great movie. Are you kidding me? True Lies is just badass. I'm sorry, I didn't show this graphic. I apologize. Let me put this up here. And she still looks good. I mean, she's an older lady now, though. But True Lies, we were talking about, they were doing it last night on Toxic Tuesday, and the thing that everybody was talking about, and I'm sure you'll agree, Knock, if you like that movie, Tom Arnold steals every fucking scene he's in that movie. I mean, Tom Arnold is fucking funny as hell as the comic relief guy in that flick, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't know why he didn't do more movies, because he's hilarious in that flick. When they're firing at him and he stands by a fucking light pole and he's like checking his package and everything.
Well, he's an unstable person, and that may have contributed to him.
That could be. I mean, yeah. Unless you're the kind of guy that shows up to the set every day on time, like Colin Farrell, being unstable is a bad thing. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I will say this: at least Tom Arnold, he may have attained his career under dubious circumstances, but he deserves a medal for what he did to get his career, if you know what I mean.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I wouldn't want to have sex with that woman. Good
exactly.
Lord.
That's what I'm going for. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah, look, I haven't looked at the total tally for the awards, but it sure looks
11,
like,
I think.
Is it 11?
Yeah.
They've got a bunch, and it looks like Banshees of Inisherin's up there too.
Carrie Condon was on one of my favorite shows of all time, Rome.
Carrie Condon on Rome.
Yeah, it's a show on you can see it on HBO.
HBO, yeah,
2005, 2007.
Right, I didn't get into that one.
I've watched that show so many times, and I started speaking like the people on that show. Like,
now, why exactly did you enjoy that show so much? Really, I want to know, because I didn't. I'd never watched it. It just didn't seem like something I would get into.
It's so good. Well, one, I was in the military, and there was a lot of naked women in it, so that helped.
Right,
like from the very start.
Of course.
Yeah. But no, it had some great actors in it. Let's go down the list on this one. I can pull it up. Ray Stevenson in it as Titus Pullo, one of the best characters I've ever seen. Karen I don't know how to say his name. Ciaran Hinds. I don't know how to say his name. But he played Julius Caesar. Adari Varma. She was.
Hey! Well. Do you have it in front of you?
Oh yeah.
You do? Well, throw it up, dude. Well, let's see some faces go with these names you're spouting off here, man. Because I don't know half the people you're talking about. Let's see.
Rome was good.
Okay.
Polly Walker, she was in one of those movies.
Oh, Ray Stevenson's awesome. I love that guy.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson. He was one of the main guys in it.
Excuse the flicker there, guys. I don't know what that's coming from. But go ahead.
See, it's not showing. There we go.
Oh God, the guy that's playing Julius Caesar's awesome too, man.
Yeah, it's Julius Caesar. He was in mostly the first season. He got the end of the first season was him getting stabbed and killed and everything like that. So
James Purfoy as Mark Antony.
Yeah, this was amazing. This was a really good one. I bet he was also in. He's in a bunch of stuff, but I remembered him from. I watched it like a couple weeks ago. A Knight's Tale. With Heath Ledger. He played.
Knight's Tale's good. Yeah.
One of the princes, or a prince or king, or whatever it was.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Kevin McKidd and Ray Stevenson together were awesome. They played 2 soldiers in the 13th Legion. And so a lot of the story was about them. You got Marcus Brutus. You got who's the one that did the final stabbing of, at least in this show.
Right.
Carrie Condon. She was the one that made me bring this up. She's the daughter. She's a daughter of Polly Walker, Atia the Julii.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the biggest crimes, now for all you geeks out there, one of the biggest crimes in movie history is that Ciarán Hinds was totally robbed in the Justice League movie as playing Steppenwolf. He couldn't polish that turd no matter what he did. But that's the guy that played Steppenwolf in that movie. And it's so hidden that you can't even tell, man. That guy is a great actor. He is fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, this show is absolutely worth watching. It's one of my, like I said, it's one of my favorite shows. I still have the box set of that on DVD. It's one of my favorite. I've rewatched it so many times. It's so good.
Well, cool. But as far as that award goes, hang on a second. Let me bring it back up. I really think that's Angela Bassett's to take. I mean, I can't giving it to Jamie Lee Curtis. She is Hollywood royalty, like Matt said, no doubt. But I don't know if it's between those two. I think they're going to lean towards Angela. And to be honest, I would too, as far as acting goes. You know what I mean? Jamie Lee she's a good actress, but she's not a great actress. Angela Bassett's a great actress. Okay, she is. So, yeah, that's the way I would lean there. That's all the acting awards. Directing, you got the director of Everything Everywhere All at Once. Hang on, let me pop this back up.
By the way, in terms of Angela Bassett, I have not seen the second Black Panther movie, but in the first Black Panther movie, there really wasn't much for her to do in it. She basically there was just a lot of her crying or over something sad that happened or emoting like there wasn't really a lot there for her in that first movie. So maybe they gave her more in the second one.
Well, they had to because they didn't recast the role. It was a big, eulogy for God, I'm having a brain fart. What's the guy's name?
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman, that's it. Yeah, it was a big eulogy for him. So yeah, she had to have a bigger part in it. And to each their own, but like I said, they don't make those movies for me anymore. They make them for younger people. I would have liked to have seen them recast that role so we could have more Black Panther movies that were going to be kick-ass, you know. And so I think it would have been better. But as far as the directing goes, you've got Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert that did Everything Everywhere All at Once. Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, Steven Spielberg for his Fablemans, Ruben Ostlund for Triangle of Sadness. I really don't know if I'm going to watch that movie. And Todd Field for Tar. Now, Todd Field looks familiar to me. Let me check this out real quick.
Martin McDonagh looks like an older Stifler.
Yeah, he does, but that's not him. It does look like him, but that's not him.
Like Stifler's
dad.
This
actor, writer, and director. I've got to see this guy's filmography because I'm pretty sure I've seen him in something before.
Carnival. He directed Carnival, or at least an episode.
Right. I see him acting in something. It's stuck in my head. Who was he? And I want to say he was a soldier. Oh, this is bugging the shit out of me. Oh, well, I'll have to look it up at another time. This is bugging the hell out of me. Take 5 with Brothers. No, I don't see it. Oh, well. It'll come to me eventually. But he looks very familiar. He really does. But as far as a directing, I can't really make a judgment on this one because I haven't seen any of these movies. And I do intend on seeing 4 of them. That Triangle of Sadness will be last on my list right there. And the original screenplays are Everything Everywhere All at Once, Banshees of Inisherin, Triangle of Sadness, the same as the directing. is the original. They're all originals. Wow. Okay. The adapted, however, is Glass Onion, All Quiet on the Western Front, Living, Women Talking, and Top Gun Maverick. Now, this may be the one where Top Gun Maverick makes its award.
Danger zone.
The danger zone. You know. That may be where it gets its award because they're going to want to acknowledge it some way, and I don't think they're going to want to give it Best Picture. But if anybody needs a class on how to make a sequel, a legacy sequel to a film, that's the way to do it. So whoever wrote that, they should be accommodated for it because, man, wow. I mean, they took the beauty of it is, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, Knock. I'm just going to talk in broad strokes here. They took a throwaway line from the first movie and made him a major character in the second one. I mean, wow.
Yep.
I mean, I know exactly. As soon as she said, what she said, I was like, wow, unbelievable.
The only thing that I would have hoped for in Top Gun Maverick that I didn't get is I would have liked a cameo with maybe a scene with Tom Skerritt, Michael Ironside, maybe throw in one other.
Yeah, having those guys in there would have been great. That's the only thing. You're right. That's the only thing that's missing. That is the only thing.
Make it a 10-second scene where they're sitting at a coffee shop or something.
Where they're just sitting around where the test pilots sit at, or something. Yeah, that would have been cool. But so that is, like I said, I'm not going to go through.
Or they were in the top. Maybe have them in the Top Gun bar,
right?
Yeah.
Have them in that bar while the young guys are playing pool. They're over there talking old school shit, right?
Yep.
And then have a bar fight break out. That would have been great. Have the old men beating up the young kids. That would have been cool. But that is the awards for this year. Now, excuse me real quick. My throat got wet for some reason.
By the way, I do like the scene in Top Gun Maverick. Well, there's a lot of scenes I like, but one of the ones that stand out is the one where Ed Harris is standing underneath the plane as it's
oh man, how great
taking off.
Yeah, that's taken the buzzing the tower to the nth level right there, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, that was awesome. Okay, so anything else you guys want to say about the awards? I mean, I'm going to watch them. Like I said, I'm probably going to watch The Last of Us, and then tune in for the end of it and just catch everything in highlights. I used to watch it religiously, though, man. Let me tell you, when Billy Crystal was hosting that thing every other year, and Steve Martin and Johnny Carson and guys like that, it was an event, man. It was the kind of television you didn't want to miss.
But Letterman hosted. You had the Oprah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was so great. It really was. And they had these big opening numbers where what I love is the montages that they used to put together, and you'd hear great lines in the middle of them. Like the one I always remember is from In the Heat of the Night, where, oh God, what's his name? Sidney Poitier says, they call me Mr. Tibbs, right? I always remember that scene from when I was a kid. It's just, the stuff they show at the beginning of that, any movie lover just sitting there munching popcorn down 100 miles an hour watching it. You know what I mean? So
where like Billy Crystal, though, he might period that by saying they call me Mr. Pibb or,
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. He'd make fun of it. No doubt. No doubt. And what was really great is when he'd be on stage and one of his fellow comedians would come up, like, they used to do those comic relief shows. Robin Williams is always at that show, and they'd get up there and just start busting on each other. It'd be hilarious. Yeah.
I guarantee you, if Billy Crystal was hosting it this year, he would do something like how when boxers are sparring and they wear the head protection,
yes.
the headset.
Yes.
I forget the
yeah, he'd come out with one of those on, wouldn't he?
With one of those on,
and make a joke about Will Smith or his wife or something.
Yeah. He would come out and say, I just want to say that Jada Pinkett Smith is a wonderful, perfect person. And then, move on.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I love Billy. I miss him. I mean, he's still around. He's not dead or anything. It's just he's an old man now. Wow, he's an old man. Yeah, I see some of these guys that Jack Nicholson. I love that guy. I'd watch anything with him in it, but I don't want to see him anymore. You see him at sideline at Lakers games, and you're like, wow, dude, you have let yourself go.
Yep. Jack Nicholson and Gene Hackman both.
Yeah.
When they decided to walk away,
yep,
they walked away. Same with like Sean Connery did. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So I also wanted to get into, since we're talking movies tonight, let's look at what we got to look forward to. I'm going to start. I think the last week of the month. I'm going to tell you what's coming up next month. Okay. So what we got this month is, let's see, on February 3rd, we've got 80 for Brady coming out. Now this is every old chick in Hollywood, getting together to go storm Tom Brady's house or some shit. They're all going to a game or something, I think.
Like that. It's based on a true story. Apparently there was a group of old ladies that were really into Brady, and they were big fans.
Yeah. And I think he's producing this movie.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, I think he's a producer on it. I have to look into it, but I think I saw somewhere that he is a producer on it. Let me see if it's on here.
Yeah, I believe like he and Gronk and maybe Danny Amendola.
Yeah,
one or two other guys might.
Yeah, Super Bowl LI. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, unbelievable. But anyway, now I know there's a lot of patriotic Americans that don't want to see
Hanoi Jane.
Hanoi Jane, but Rita Moreno, but Lily Tomlin and Sally Fields, they're worth going to see if you ask me. Especially Sally Fields. I was in love with that chick. First time I saw Smokey and the Bandit, I was in love with that woman from that day on. She was gorgeous. And then you've got Knock at the Cabin.
I want to see that.
That's a horror movie that's coming out. It's M. Night Shyamalan's new one. Let's see. This is also on the 3rd. While vacationing, a girl and her parents are taken hostage by armed strangers who demand that the family make a choice to avert the apocalypse.
Basically, one of them's got to die to stop the apocalypse.
I think I heard a porno that started out that way.
Right? It sounds like a porno.
I'm not an M. Night guy. So.
I'm not really either.
Yeah.
I'm not either. John, go ahead and tell me more about the synopsis of it, man. What's it about?
Well, I don't know if it's the thing is it's because it's M. Night Shyamalan. I'm expecting a bait and switch or a swerve or something.
Of course, yeah, he's gonna.
But basically, Batista brings these people to the door. The people in this cabin. They hold them hostage, and they've got to decide who's going to die in order to avert the apocalypse. But they show scenes of the apocalypse, and I'm like, it's a disaster movie. I'm there.
Yeah, you're a big time disaster.
It's funny. I saw a video. There's like a short video, like TikTok or something like that, where they had these robbers broke in and they had the two kids and the mom and the dad, and they're pointing at the mom. It's like, all right, you have to choose one kid. You have to choose one kid. Choose which one to pick. And one of them dies right now. And then like she's like, I can't choose. And he's like, you have to choose right now, or I'll kill everybody. And he's like, fine. And then points one out, and then they take off their mask, and they're like, wow, they just picked you to die. And then they just walk out.
Let's see. E. Clay Thomas chimed in. He said soundtrack could have been better. I'm sorry, man. Which one were you talking about? Let's see. That was 10 minutes ago.
That's just what that whole thing reminded me of. Is that video of them just pointing at a certain kid, and then they just leave after they just like, and like the kids are looking at the mom like, what the fuck? You just picked me to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you can make a tough call.
E. Clay Thomas says, did Billy Crystal retire? I haven't seen him in forever. Yeah, he's not making anything these days, man. Let's see. He's still around though. He's still alive. You see him at events every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on the 4th.
With what happened with Robin Williams, that was probably pretty hard on Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah, it was. All of those guys.
Yep.
Soundtrack to Top Gun 2. Yes, it was. Yeah. It was very good, man. You're absolutely correct. It sure was. I enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought it was great.
I think the only thing, I'm not to speak for E. Clay, but he may have been referring to the fact that it did have the Lady Gaga song in it, that some like and some don't. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's serviceable. In fact, I think it's nominated, but so I don't know if it was in reference to that or just overall.
I guess I could look at the songs real quick. Let's see what the songs are. I don't even know that. Yeah. Let me see.
The only one I know of that was nominated was the Lady Gaga song from Top Gun.
Yeah. Let me see. I've already dropped those out. We'll look at it another time. But on the 4th, we've got Dreams of Darkness and He Killed in Ecstasy. It's a couple more friggin' horror movies. Don't really know what these are about. Dreams of Darkness looks like it's let's see, devastated by the disappearance of his wife. Derek Fabry enters a nightmarish world of the occult, erotic evil, and supernatural seduction as he tries to unravel the mystery of her vanishing.
Another low-budget horror movie.
Yep. E. Clay Thomas says, I didn't care for any of the songs. They even changed the theme song. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I was expecting to hear the Everly Brothers at the end of that movie, and it didn't happen. Love and Feeling.
Megan?
No, but I've heard that it's not the movie people think it is. I've heard that about it. Not that it's like an M. Shamalama Ding Dong swerve or anything, but it's not the killer robot thing.
That's what I was expecting was the killer robot Chucky, female Chucky doll kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard it's a different kind of thing. Let's see. He Killed in Ecstasy. Hang on, let me get it up here before I pop this back up. Where is it? Doesn't even have a synopsis. There is no synopsis for it. Okay. You roll the dice on that one, guys. Jeez. Let's see. Okay. For you girls out there, if there's any ladies out there in the audience, Magic Mike's Last Dance is coming on. No. Well, is it a no? Because my friend Selma Hayek is in this movie.
Yeah, but
yeah, Selma Hayek.
It's
come on, bro. Selma Hayek.
It's guys. It's strip guys. I know.
That's okay. Guys. I've never seen a Magic Mike movie, so I'm with you. But
I haven't either.
Selma Hayek, though.
I mean, is it strip Selma Hayek though?
That's what I'm talking about. See, is it a couple of old strippers getting together? Is that what it is? Ooh.
If there's a sighting there,
come on.
I could skip past it. There's a fast forward button.
Right?
They probably cast Salma Hayek, but they probably looked at the demographics of who went to the first Magic Mike movies, and they're like, we have to get some males to come see this.
Well, they did get males. It just wasn't
not gay guys. Is that what you're telling me?
It's just there's not that many gay guys in the world.
Yeah. Well, see the box office. That
for Bros. Yeah, that's all you need to see. Yeah. Look, gay people didn't even want to see Bros, man.
That's true. That's, in fairness, yeah.
All right, now this one I've seen. I have not heard anything about this, but seeing the poster makes me.
I haven't heard anything about Ant-Man either.
Oh, you're not going to hear anything about Ant-Man. And I'm going to put it up here, but I'm not going to read the synopsis. Let's see. E. Clay Thomason, pass. I can see her naked in better movies. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, sir. Absolutely. Let's see. This one here, Marlowe. I want to check this out because it seems to be an R-rated film. It looks like a period piece. It looks like an old gangster movie, actually.
Liam Neeson. Marlowe. He's a
detective.
Yeah.
Right. In the late 1930s, Bay City, a brooding, down on his luck detective is hired to find the ex-lover of a glamorous heiress. Wow, it almost feels like it might be like Chinatown,
Yeah.
Philip Marlowe on the screen.
Chinatown or L.A. Confidential or
man, those are good movies. So I'm really kind of wondering if this is going to be pretty good, man. Liam Neeson's a good actor. I mean, he has been stuck in a rut of action movies lately.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see him in a good acting role, man. That'd be awesome.
Been in that Gerard Butler genre for a while now. You know.
Yeah. Gerard Butler's in the same rut. What is it with the Scottish actors all becoming action stars of? I mean, the next thing you're going to see is they're going to be driving a dumpster down the street and get attacked or some shit like that. I'm
call the movie Dumpster. Yes.
Dumpster diver, right? What the hell? Okay. I'm sorry. I read that one already. Yeah, and then we've got Ant-Man, and I don't want to.
Which I'll go see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it too. It looks like it's gonna be. It looks like, as far as the MCU goes, as a must-see kind of thing, it looks like it's going to be a little bit more serious than the other Ant-Man movies. So it looks like that we're going to see some setup for the coming phase in this one. Of course, it's the first. It's the first of Phase 5, so it's the kicker for it. And of course, Evangeline Lilly, I love her to death. I just wish they hadn't cut all her hair off.
Oh, I absolutely hate the short haircut. I can't.
It's horrible,
I can't
man. It looks hard. She looks like Frost.
Yeah,
looks like she's cosplaying Frost, man. It's ridiculous.
Just ruins them.
Yeah. I would not be surprised if Hank Pym, Michael Douglas, if he doesn't make it all the way through the end of the movie.
Yeah, me too. Either one of them, the older two actors. Yeah. It looks like it's going to have some gravity to it. Let's see. Then we've got, a lot of people are looking towards this one. Near
Cocaine
the end
Bear.
Of the month. Cocaine Bear, baby. Cocaine Bear hits the theaters on February 24th. And it's loosely based on a true story.
Very loosely based. Consider, didn't the bear eat the cocaine and die?
I don't know, man. I don't know what the real story was. An oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens converge on a Georgia forest where a 500-pound black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. Yes, Cocaine Bear.
That's on my list too. I've got a list.
That's on a lot of people's lists, man. A lot of people have been talking about this flick. Oh my God, man.
The only thing I question with that
is
there's
one you're missing.
Okay. Hang on. Have I finished yet?
The director of Cocaine Bear is Elizabeth Banks, and
that might be an issue.
She directed it?
Yeah.
That might
Which
be
one
an
am I
issue,
missing, Eddie?
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I don't see that anywhere in here.
I saw it on the list. I looked. Maybe it got moved. It might have gotten pushed back or something. But it's on. When I went through my list, it was listed as a February movie, so I put it on my list.
Okay. Well, I'm scrolling down through March, and I don't even see it in March.
I believe Winnie the Pooh is public domain now.
Yeah, that's why they made it.
Yeah. That's why they made a horror movie out of it. Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me search it up real quick. I got to scroll all the way back up to the top of the page.
Think Winnie the Pooh except Five Nights at Freddy's.
Blood and Honey 2023. Let's see if we got a release date. Here's the synopsis. Hang on a second. Hi, Danny. How you doing?
There you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, it says it comes out January 26th. So okay, it got pushed up.
I had my neck thing today, guys.
How'd it go?
Well,
you're sitting there.
Yeah, it went so good, and everybody's gonna give me shit. I fell off the wagon because I'm out of pain pills, and I don't get any more until Friday. Babe, is it Friday? Yeah. I don't get any more until Friday. So I literally went. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm an honest guy. I literally went straight to the bar after the surgery and had a few drinks, and I am pain-free. So say
That'll
whatever
work.
you want, but I'm pain-free.
I'm not going to say anything to you.
Yeah,
that is complete. You know your recovery's on you, bro. You know I ain't going to give you shit.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not going to
appreciate
say
you.
anything about you falling off the wagon. It
Yeah,
happens
come
to
on, man.
people.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what if if it's for medicinal purposes, that's one thing. You do it again tomorrow, that's on you, bro.
And then, totally. Oh man, and the cool thing was Everything happens for a reason. I met these two dudes, JD and Kurt. Hey, oh shit! I didn't know Mom was here. Yeah, Mom, I drank today. Sorry. I met these two dudes, Curtis and JD. At least one, both of them are super excited about the watch along. At least one of them will do it. I know for sure.
So you are doing it.
Oh hell yeah! And I have to now. I mean, like, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, whether Johnny Rock's doing it with me or not, I'm gonna. Yeah.
I can't do it. I hate it, man. I'd love to do it with you, but
anybody who wants to, if there are any wrestling fans, I'm gonna set up a thing on Discord. I have Peacock. I will stream the pay-per-view privately to Discord, but we'll do a live stream of just our faces and our talking, reacting to what we're watching in the Discord live stream, so I can share. I mean, I also have it on my TV, but
right.
yeah.
See if you can. Now, this is something I noticed that the guys that I watch, you and I both watch the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I watch Wrestle Talk. You watch What Culture.
Yeah,
I would suggest that you get a clock or something to, or every once in a while, give them a heads up where you're at in the show as far as the time. That way they can sync up with you. At least be close to it.
Well, that's why. No, I do, but I'd also like in the chat at the top, I'll pin a link to the Discord server.
Yeah, and you'll have it on there. Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't need to give them a time, because if they're watching on the Discord server,
if they've got
the
Discord server, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And what he's talking about, guys, is the Royal Rumble is Saturday night. I can't do it with him because I'll be at work.
Dude,
all night.
I can't. I'm telling you, dude. When
I'm gonna watch it though.
When Cody Rhodes wins, I'm gonna pop my tits off. I'll finally get rid of these bastards. They're gonna pop right off.
That's awesome. But hang on. We're gonna talk about that near the end of the show, because I do have a bunch of graphics up for that. So let's see. It follows Pooh and Piglet. We're talking about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The synopsis is it follows Pooh and Piglet as they go on a rampage after Christopher Robin abandons them for college. What
I need a
the
link.
Fuck?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do you have a link to this, or
no,
is it on
absolutely.
Netflix?
Just hang on. I was just reading it.
Okay.
Just hang on a second. This is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is the name of the damn movie, man.
So where's Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh's right there.
He's
walking.
Is he a human?
Apparently, he's a human with a bare face or something.
Well, that ain't my Winnie the Pooh. I ain't. No.
It's not supposed to be, man. It's a horror movie.
You know, they could have done a horror movie with Tigger and Winnie and Piglet. Like, why not? They could have. That would have been tits, man. That would have been awesome.
No,
But,
Tigger's he's number 2.
Right?
He's
John was telling me that I had missed. John was telling me that I had missed a movie, and I was telling him, well, I don't see it here, and it turns out it's coming out tomorrow. So
yeah, they moved it up because it was in February. It was listed in February.
Yeah,
I think Tigger will die first. Anyway.
So you remember the days when
because he's the only one. Is that why, Matt?
Could be.
Boing, 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 boing. You remember the days when I'd leave like 15 minutes ago to watch wrestling? Mm-hmm. I realized I hate commercials, so I'm just gonna
better to just run through the DVR.
Yeah, that's what. So I'm gonna just. But
yeah.
I am bummed that I bet you they opened the show with the Mark Briscoe match. And like, so I'm staying off Twitter. I'm staying off Twitter.
Well, stay off Twitter, man. It's easy. You just put the phone down. And don't put up the site on your.
I don't have it on my phone. I have it on my computer. I just don't have it open on my computer. No, dude, I'm a. You know what's funny is you're older than me, and I was telling Cece, I was like, I'm gonna start doing a Tuesday night show. That's just like, where I have segments, and I want one of them to be like where me as a 43-year-old who thinks he's old bitches about being old, and like, so I was telling, like, one of the segments that would be funny is. Why can't, like, remember in the 80s and 90s when you didn't have a cell phone and people had to leave a message on your answering machine so they wouldn't get mad if you didn't reply right away, and there was no such thing as text messaging? And then another one was like, why is it nobody likes to talk on the phone anymore? Because yeah, you can totally tell I've been drinking. Fuck, I'm sorry.
It's all right though.
Why is it that I could have a 2-minute telephone conversation with you, but you'd rather have a 10-hour text conversation for the exact same amount of information.
That's younger people. That's
so
what they do.
so I was thinking it'd be funny to do a little grumpy old man segment. Yeah,
you should do that, man. You should do that.
Sort of like
Just don't do it at the same time that John's doing his show.
Of course not. No,
you don't want to step on John.
Not at all. Not at all.
I hate it that I'm
back
always
in my
working
day.
when John's on. What'd you say, Matt?
He said back in my day. Yeah.
Back in my day segment. Yeah.
Right. That's
Well,
it.
I had a
You
last
grinds
minute
my
meeting with the
gears.
professor because the professor in this course wanted to meet everybody one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that's why I didn't stream Tuesday, was because I had to meet with the professor, and it's 30-minute conversation. I was like, I didn't feel like streaming after that. So
Yeah.
No, I feel like can I tell you a funny story about today's surgery? So nobody said yes. I just went straight.
As long as it's a short one.
It's very short. It actually is really short. So
Reader's Digest version.
I go in there and they do the IV, and then like they lay me down, and I can feel like once the good stuff comes in, it's always ice cold.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's cold. And they're like, and it was funny because my doctor said, yeah, that's the good stuff. You'll be asleep soon. And before he finished the word soon, I swear to God, I woke up and I was like, hey, what's going on? And she's like, oh, it's done. We're done.
You're done.
And it was just like,
you were in the recovery room already, right?
Yeah. It was like, it was crazy. So
yep. Now,
like I said, sounds like that propofol.
It's like teleporting.
Yeah, it really was. It was, man.
Like, that's cool.
When I had my upper GI where they put the scope down my throat, they knocked me out. And I went from, he's like, okay, you're going to feel a burning sensation. And I'm like, oh, wait, my arm's burning. I'm in another room.
No, dude, it was just like that.
Yeah, I imagine.
So instead of burning, it was freezing cold going into my veins. But I was
E. Clay Thomas says, sounds like the grumpy old men bit from Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that bit. Is that like 70s, 80s, 90s?
Back in my day, we had Mad TV, and it was so much better than Saturday Night Live.
The only reason I like Mad TV
suck compared to it
is because
the 30-year-old.
Because Bret Hart was on Mad TV. It's the only reason I.
Man.
I know. Yeah.
That and I like Will Sasso as Kenny Rogers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude,
Michael McDonald as Stewart. Ugh.
One of the funniest bits I saw on Mad TV, and you guys are going to know what I'm talking about. I may have to pull it up. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull it up because I need to laugh. This is.
Well, don't get demonetized, bro.
I'm not going to get demonetized. I'm not monetized, man. I've only got
my favorite.
Well, then it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. That's the freedom of not monetizing.
I'll never forget this quote from Stewart and Matthew during one of their skits. Cigarettes are for Europeans and white trash.
Well, sign me up, baby. I guess I'm white trash.
Let's see. There it is. And then
I don't want to say.
And Mom, but
I'm not even going to give this away. If I find it, here it is. Okay, I got it. You guys get ready to laugh your asses off. My favorite ever skit.
This company didn't have the
Hang on.
ability.
I love this commercial.
Their cloud environment.
Well, our first fucking spot on because like at first I didn't realize it was comedians impersonating them.
This is the crew from.
It took me. It took me a minute. Like they're doing a really good job. Mm-hmm. Did they really skip it like that? Did they?
No. This would never be in syndication on television. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the joke.
Okay. I'm sorry. You can continue.
Right.
My bad.
Yes, I'm going to. Danny, I'm going to tell you to shut up for the rest of this thing because I'm going to repeat. It's edited for television. That's the joke. It's edited for syndication.
Okay, I'll mute myself. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry.
please do, because that's the joke. I can't repeat it again.
Just for me, you can say no. But just for me, if you want to pull up the Bret Hart Mad TV appearance.
No, that's okay.
You bastard.
All right, that's okay. Sorry. You probably couldn't hear it through the end of that, but it said, tune in every week on PAX, 9 o'clock to 9:03. That's all we could put on was 3 minutes of show. It was hilarious, man. God, that is my favorite bit they did on that show. Mad TV was good. It was good.
That may have been referencing. Well, this is probably even before that happened. They did syndicate it eventually on A&E. So, but I think based on when that sketch came out, that might have even been before that because I was thinking, maybe they were making fun of the A&E edits, but
they probably did.
The timing
they probably did. I can't imagine it being syndicated.
No, they had so many good characters in that. And then I can't remember what her name was, like Miss Han or whatever. It looking like a man.
Looking like a man. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
So you guys, speaking of Mad TV, you guys remember In Living Color?
Of course.
Yeah.
Color, man. You know how many stars came off of that show? Shit.
Fire Marshal Bill.
The Wayne brothers.
Homie, don't play it. No, yeah, that's what I was doing. Let me show you something. My Fire Marshal Bill. Yeah.
Yep. Friggin' Jim Carrey, David Alan Grier.
You know what's...
He was freaking hilarious.
YouTube.
Every Damon on the planet.
Yep.
Or every Wayans on the planet.
Yes, every Wayans on the planet. But there's none better than Damon. Homie the Clown. This old box.
Homie, don't
remember that
one?
This old box where he did the Home Improvement show for homeless people.
Yeah.
God Almighty, that was hilarious, man. Jesus, that was. See, they couldn't do that show today. They could not do that show today.
I literally had this television. I literally just had this conversation yesterday. That's what had it fresh in my mind. Like, there's no way you could do In Living Color today. Like, there's absolutely, with the cancel culture the way it is. Yeah, no fucking
Chris Rock was on there a little bit.
Well, you can't even do The Office,
right?
And Mindy Kaling is making sure of that.
Yeah, one of my favorite skits on there was, and it was all the Wayans in it. It was Hey Man. The one about the Haitian family that had you weren't a person unless you had 16 jobs, right? Yeah. Some shit like that. I love the one where they're running the airline, right? One of them's the pilot and all kinds of other stuff. It was funny.
I've got all 5 seasons.
Yeah, I've got the first one, I think. E. Clay Thomas says Hollywood Shuffle is a very underrated movie. Yeah, now that's Robert Townsend. Hollywood Shuffle's a great movie. You're absolutely correct, brother. Absolutely correct. And your mom says, don't forget Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, one of the funniest things I've ever seen was
J-Lo was in.
Yes,
she was Living Color.
Girls.
She was one of the fly. Oh,
yes, she was.
Dude, Cece just yelled at me. She said, "Yeah, she was one of the fly."
She was one of the Fly Girls. Well, she started as one of the Laker cheerleaders, and then she got that gig on In Living Color. She wasn't on the first season now, but she was on subsequent seasons as one of the Fly Girls. And I was watching a stand-up that Jamie Foxx did. He said, "Yeah, J-Lo, I remember her when she was Hey Ho."
So my mom, enough time has passed. The statute of limitations has expired. Mm-hmm. So, Mom, remember when we lived in Thomasville and I had that little black and white TV in my bedroom? I watched In Living Color when I was supposed to be asleep.
On a black and white TV. You're watching In Living Color on a black and white TV. How ironic is that shit?
Well, that's all I had, man. That's all
I'm just saying. Listen what you're saying. You're watching In Living Color on a black and white TV.
Yeah,
I think you're missing something there.
Yeah, well,
let me show you something.
The funny thing is, the front casing was black, and the tube on the back, because it was a CRT, was white. Right. And then it was and it had 2 dials. Like you remember, you had to do the dials to get to the.
Yeah, you had VHF and UHF.
Yeah. One was the main channels, and one was like your local channels. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
you had UHF.
I couldn't remember the name of it, so I had to look it up. I knew that Jim Carrey had done a Vanilla Ice parody on In Living Color.
Hell yeah, dude. No, Jim Carrey's best work, in my opinion, was on In Living Color.
Yeah, he's dynamite. I love the female bodybuilder he played. That was hilarious.
I remember that with the little side pigtail.
Yes, the side pigtails. My God, it's freaking hilarious, man. Oh man. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get to the documents today, but that's okay.
I just got here, man. Get to whatever you want, or unless you got to go.
Yes, I'm gonna
No,
go.
it's classified.
Okay.
Yeah, it's classified, bro. Classified.
All right.
No, I cut this off at 2 hours, man. You got.
Well, I know, that's why I'm surprised I'm here. You're 30 minutes over.
I am not 30 minutes over. You can't tell time. I got 3 minutes to go.
Oh,
Homer.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you started at the top. Okay, I thought
Okay.
he. Okay,
We understand. We understand.
don't be mean. Don't be.
I'm
mean.
not being mean.
What are you
I'm
doing after
being
this, man?
nice.
You wanna? What are you doing after this? You wanna hang out, like do a watch along of Jay
Not
Briscoe?
at all.
Just the one match,
No,
just the Jay
sir.
Briscoe,
You
or
gotta
the, I
do
mean
the steak
the
now.
Mark.
You know why? Let me explain something to you.
Oh, you got a steak
you know
ready.
why? Do you? That's right. I got a steak coming.
Okay.
You know
I
why
can't.
I
Yeah.
do this show when I do it, and only for 2 hours?
No.
Because this is the night that Foxy goes to her meeting. She goes to her meeting tonight. Her recovery meeting.
I just want to say that's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like the more I learn about the two of you, like
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, it's so beautiful. Like we got to talk about this off air, but that's
we will.
Yeah,
We will.
Yeah,
And
so
and
beautiful.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give all the details here. She doesn't need to have all, but she is in recovery. I'm not going to say from what.
Wow,
we
mom.
know what it is.
Well, you've already told me, but
Yeah.
wow, mom. Way to wow. Okay, mom.
What's
Yeah,
she saying? Drugs haven't wore off yet.
probably not, man. They give you the good shit when you go under for surgery.
Hey, I'm
you
just
know?
glad. Look, that must have been a great thing because most people
Well, dude,
that have
like-
neck surgery
So
can't do what you're doing right now.
Well, I'm a goddamn machine. Sorry, mom. Drinking, I went drinking right away. Here's the thing. This is what did it to me. I thought for the I haven't shared this with you. My mom and Michael and Gary, like just like a select few people know this. The last week, I had a heart attack in 2016. In the last week, anesthesia, mom. The last week, I've been freaking out because I thought I was having heart issues because I was having feelings in my body that reminded me of when I had my heart attack.
Yeah, I would imagine there's some PTSD there.
And
So
you don't
I-
want to have that going into the procedure.
Yeah,
right.
so they called me. The Sahara Surgery Center called me yesterday to do the pre-op questionnaire, and I told them, or I think it was the day before. It was either yesterday or the day before, and I told them, look, I'm having concerns about my heart. So they were like, well, come in an hour early, and we will, do an EKG. We'll, check your blood pressure. We'll do our due diligence.
Yeah.
And they were like, we'll either
Postpone it?
We'll either postpone it and schedule you an appointment with a cardiologist,
Right.
or we'll send you
You'll be
to
fine.
the ER, or if you're okay, we'll do the procedure. So thankfully,
You're okay.
obviously, I was okay.
Yeah.
So the sad thing is, people, mental health is real. They think I had anxiety issues all week.
And that's perfectly understandable.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, and like I'm not blaming Gary. I love Gary. It's my fault. If it's anxiety, it's because I thought it's because of how pissed off I made Gary inadvertently that other day. I was like, oh
well,
shit.
you need to put that behind you and just get over
Oh
it.
yeah, no, we're cool. He and I have talked. We're good.
I know you
Yeah,
have.
yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, you need to, if you need to talk to somebody about it or something, do it. Just put it behind you. Don't
I'm
let
sure
it
when I
happen
go in-
again. That's all.
Yeah.
Sure when I-
Yeah.
Sure when
Okay,
I go
boys
into
and
my
girls.
surgery, I'll be
Go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
a wreck,
I'm
too.
sorry.
I said I'm sure when I go in for my surgery right before I go in, I'll be a wreck too.
Brother,
But-
feel free to hit me up, man, because shit, I have another one in 2 weeks. So because they only did the left side, I got to do the right side. In 2
Yeah,
weeks.
I'm gonna have my sister take video me though coming out of recovery. Coming out of waking up.
Nice.
just to
Wow,
see.
really? Why?
Because I want to see what I.
Because I've seen videos of people doing this on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Really? That's cool. I'll have to check that out.
No,
then,
because
John.
like this is a thing on YouTube. Is that where you got the idea from, John? Because like people will say, they say the craziest shit when they get right out of surgery.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, that would be some good reality TV, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen kids. I've seen a couple of videos of kids coming out of the dentist's office like that, just jacked up and saying stuff. All right, boys and girls, it is time to shut her down for tonight. Let's let's start with Matt. Let us know where to find you, brother.
Well, nothing much to promote other than the fact that I will be on Joe's channel coming up here on Sunday morning for the NFL party. And,
what time? What time? What time?
Should be at 10 a.m. Right, Joe?
Yep.
10 a.m. What?
10 a.m.
What? Central. 10 a.m. Central.
Yep. And we'll be breaking down and Joe get into it more, but breaking down the NFC and AFC championship games. But that's the main thing I got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah,
hey, Joe, hold up. Joe shouldn't have to break it down. He asked you to, brother. You got to get better at that. No.
Danny.
I'm trying to help him. Him.
It's good feedback.
Knock. Where are you going to be, bro?
Hey, I'm going to be doing the Sunday show as well at 11 a.m. Eastern for me, because I'm Eastern time. And we're going to be talking about a little bit about last week, and as always, make fun of Dak Prescott because that's always necessary for his show. And discuss who we think because we have 4 scenarios here. We have four possible scenarios for the Super Bowl, so we'll probably discuss each and every one and which one we think is the best one.
Can you? I didn't get that reference. Can you explain that? The one that
Dak Prescott is someone that just lost last week.
Oh my God, buddy! You didn't see the game. You're not.
No, I don't watch.
Yeah, and
football.
I'm telling you, trust me, Dak Prescott messed up like he always does.
Who is that? Okay,
he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
He's a quarterback. So think of a wrestler that loses all the time.
Yeah. There you go.
And then make fun of that guy.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's what we're gonna be.
Oh, okay, so
yeah, Dak Prescott threw his helmet and it got intercepted.
Oh man.
Oh,
Mustafa.
So you're talking like it's basically Mustafa Ali, basically.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. John, tell us where you're gonna be at, man.
All right. Well, Tuesdays on my channel, as long as I don't have something else going on, at Real Das Wolfen. Otherwise,
time
Monday through Friday. At 4 Central. At Pop Culture Minefield, Monday through Friday, 10 Central, and then 1 Central on Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday I'm behind the scenes at Danny's Wrestling Show, Dork Side of the Ring.
And one of these days,
Pop Culture Minefield. And Mondays you can find me at that 70s rock fan show on Mondays at 4 Central, 5 Mountain.
Yeah,
we get you. 4 Central.
At Mountain Time, but it's 4 o'clock.
So
Central.
one of these days,
the fact, Danny, shush for a second. I hate the fact I couldn't make it this week, John, because I love Cheap Trick, but I had to get that drawing done for Christian.
If everything holds, we're doing part 2 of the Canon series.
Yes,
with Razor Fist
again. Yes,
Razor Fist, Tom, and the guy that wrote the book on Canon.
Yeah.
So do you know Joe? I know everybody. Well, I know John does. Do you know Fat Steven? Fat. Okay.
That's Steven Seagal. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So here's the thing, bro. He turns his camera off. Mm-hmm. He'll draw his shit.
Yeah.
But you can still listen and talk while you draw. I'm just saying. So you could have done that.
But I like to concentrate on when I'm doing commissions, man. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I like to do that. So,
tell
us where you're going to be at, Maniac.
So I got fired from Pop Culture Minefield because I am. What do they call me? ADHD
you didn't
theater.
Get fired from Pop Culture.
No, I got fired. I got fired from the Monday through Saturday shows.
It looks like you got picked up by Anal Fantasy.
Thank you. Anal Fantasy. This is actually one of my designs, which you can pick up, by the way, at mixtees.com/dork-night. Anyway, so yeah, no, until the foreseeable future, and there's no. I love Gary. Gary loves me. Gary's friends with my mom. You know, like it's all good, but I fucked up. I gotta own up to it. I fucked up. And so, yeah, I'm only doing the Sunday show now on Pop Culture Minefield, which is my show, which I can't be fired from. Dork Side of the Ring, with my super co-host. Where's Joe? With my super co-host, Joe.
Right here, bro.
Joe.
Right above you.
Joe, right there. Yeah,
man.
Time.
Joe.
Time, Dork. Time. Time. What time? I'm waiting.
He's doing to you what you did to
yeah.
everybody else. What
I know.
time, Dork?
I was about to get there.
Too
11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what time that is, Eastern or Central, because I don't give a shit.
Eastern,
I live
1
Pacific.
o'clock Central.
Yep.
What time?
1 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Central.
Okay, there you go. And this week, we are talking about the results of the Royal Rumble. However, we are having a special, I haven't even, I'm announcing it here.
Uh-oh.
Saturday night.
Uh-oh.
We are doing a live stream reaction to the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
I will include a link in the, I'm pretty sure this is legal. A lot of other channels do it. I will include a link. This is on the Pop Culture Minefield channel. I will include a link. I'll pin it to the top for a Discord server. So if you don't have Discord, you will have to sign up. But you can go in there. You can watch the Royal Rumble in real time with me and Johnny Rock and other guests. And, if you live in Vegas, hell, you can even come over to my house and because it'll be on my TV.
But
also.
what he's going to do, folks, is he's going to react live on the internet to the Royal Rumble, which is going to be fun this year.
Yeah, which is a first for Dork Side of the Ring.
Yes.
So
we're trying to do like the other.
You want to pop a cherry? Come on.
Come on down. I wish I could be there, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, let's get to.
I didn't get a time for that one.
You didn't? I'm
sorry.
I think it starts.
Yeah,
I think Rumble starts.
Hold up. Let me look it up.
He's going to have to look that one up.
I think it's 5 my time, but I could be wrong.
7. It's usually 7 o'clock Central.
Got to work on that. Got to work on that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to work on that, doesn't he?
Wow.
We'll give him a pass today, though.
Yeah. It's okay.
He did just
It's okay.
So let me get to these last few that we got in when we were talking about
I can't find it.
Dak Prescott. E. Clay Thomas says Cowboys with a laugh. He says Zach filled Tony Romo's position a little too well. And he also says, tell us your address. I'll bring some friends, Danny.
Hey, I don't care. My phone.
Don't dox yourself.
Don't dox yourself.
Look, you got. Are you kidding me?
Don't
you know how?
Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to cover your butt. We're gonna get into.
He could be giving us the meaning of life right now.
I know. 42 is definitely being repeated right now.
He's giving us the cure for cancer right now, and I'm fucking it up for everybody.
You know what, Joe?
Yes.
I love you for protecting me from myself. Continue, guys.
Yeah. Right. Look, guys, you can find me where you can always find me. I'm here. My schedule is up. If you don't know what it is, tomorrow night, a couple of old geezers are going to get together and tell you all the headlines, and we're going to hack through the matrix of those headlines and tell you what's really going on.
Is it going to actually happen this week, though?
Yes, it's going to happen this week. Yes.
Okay. Is your brother okay?
My brother had a procedure like you had.
I know. That's why I was asking. Is he okay?
He is fantastic, and he is ready to go. Tomorrow night at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern.
All right, look, if you want my address, it's...
Shut up, Pat. On Saturday, you can watch me create my comic book from the ground up, and that's 1:30 Central, 2:30 Eastern. Me and Justifier Jim, my co-host, an old friend of mine, get together, and I actually draw while I'm on streaming. Danny,
yes. I sent it to my because my son Dorian is an aspiring comic book artist.
Yeah,
I think I've shown you his work. Mm-hmm. And last week, I sent him the link to your show.
Yeah,
and I swear to God, this is what he said because he watched.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long he watched.
Okay,
but he said you were too old and boring. So
boring.
Well, like, dude, my son's only 16, so don't take that the wrong way.
I'm not taking.
And I'll be honest, I didn't watch it. I just sent it to him because I know he's into that. You know what I mean? So.
Well, let's hope he doesn't think the book is old and boring when I'm done. Okay, and then Sunday.
No, he needs to watch you. He needs to learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, knock. And Small Time Republic and I will be on for a pregame party. That's 10 o'clock a.m. Central. we will be covering the division games, and we'll also be talking about what happened last weekend with the Sunday games. And yeah, man, it looks like we're going to have some fun championship games this time around. The guys we thought are going to be there are going to be there, and it's going to be fun to talk about. Matt Johnson says, "What's up, Joe?" Not much, Matt. And then, of course, Sunday. Both side of the ring, where the entire show, I'm sure, will be taken up with the results of the Royal Rumble. I'm not even planning on doing my
State of the Apron. Yeah, don't even, bro.
We'll be talking about that. And besides, man, I'm only going to be on for the first hour anyway.
Why? Whoa.
Championship weekend.
Football, bro.
Football starts at 2. I'll be there for the first hour. So, but that's brought to you by KGRA and Pop Culture Minefield. And
all right. So now that I know that
about the Royal Rumble, boys and girls. Yeah.
Now that I know that,
yes.
You get, like, because I'll have a full hour after you. Mm-hmm. I'd rather shut the fuck up and let you talk the first, like, you know what I mean? Just like you can host the show. Like until you no seriously. I hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, today for the first hour, Joe's Atmosfere is going to host the show.
Like I told you, I may not be able to see some of it live because I'm at work, but definitely when I get up to the resident manager's room at 10 and it's lights out, I can watch the rest of it. So I'm going to watch it as much as I can before then, and I will be up to speed.
And I'll probably say everything I need to say on the live reaction.
You're 50 seconds. What are you talking about? But anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Look at you. You're all over the place. Fuck, man.
That's because like I tried to put my address for E. Clay Thomason and somebody blocked it out.
Matt Johnson says, Joe, is the dork side of the ring be
that's
on
up to him.
Not yet.
It can be, bro, because I simulcast it, so it's on Pop Culture Minefield and Dork and my channel,
what do
Dork Night.
You need to do it on my channel.
We just need to get together and do a StreamYard thing and link it, and then that's it. Yeah,
Matt, I'll try and do that this weekend. If we don't get around to it, it's fine. Look, this is the deal. Until I get through football season, that's what counts.
I mean, like right now, he's all about the football.
And Matt knows that. He's been over here for football. He knows what's up. Big Packers fan. So
yeah, I'm not a football guy, but Joe's slowly getting me into it. I'm learning about home runs. And what are they called?
I'm about to mute you again, you goon. Home runs. Get the hell out of here.
No, I mean touchdowns, 2-point conversions.
Jake is here. Foxy has stuck her head in the door. It is time to go.
All right, man.
Guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate you being here, and all of you out there, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the discussion in the chat. You're the greatest. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. Because you know what happens when this show is over with? That's what happens right there. That's right.
No, you know what happens when the show's over with?
That's what happens right there. Let me show you again. You see that? You see that? Watch. That's what happens right there.
Dude, your wife has a different... Come back down. Her hair is a different color every time I see her.
Yes, it is a different color. Good
Foxy,
night, guys.
Foxy,
see you later.
Come back.
Asta.
Oh, it's
bye-bye.
Wait, bye-bye. Bye.
Say bye-bye.